بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره. This is our second weekly address coinciding the birth anniversary of Imam Hadi alayhi salam. As you know, in the month of October we started to have half an hour weekly address before Dua Kumel. So we start sharp at 7:30 and inshallah we finish by 8 o'clock. Imam Hadi alayhi salam lived in a very critical time. And inshallah, tonight I want to address one aspect of the life of Imam al-Hadi alayhi salam, which I think is very important for us today. Some scholars have divided the period of the presence of Imams alayhimus salam when people had access to Ma'soom into different groups, different sets, into different classes. One is the time in which Imams alayhimus salam were trying their best to establish Islam, to preserve Islam. Islam was facing very challenging threats. It was a matter of survival. Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam lived a time in which Islam could disappear. Islam could be destroyed. They tried hard in different ways to preserve Islam. At each time it demanded different things. It demanded from Imam Ali 25 years of patience, 5 years of Khilafah, demanded from Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, different things. But this period has a general characteristic, and that is that Islam was facing live threats. It was a very challenging time. Then with Imam Baqir alayhi salam, we entered another stage in which Islam was established, but there was need for explaining through Islam in a very articulate way, in a very detailed way. Imam Baqir alayhi salam, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, Imam Kazim alayhi salam, Imam Reza alayhi salam played this important role of teaching the details of Islam. Most of our hadith go back to these four Imams. If you compare the hadith that we have from all Imams other than these four to these four, you see it's much less. Most of the hadith is belonging to these four Imams: Imam Baqir, Imam Sadiq, Imam Kazim, and Imam Reza alayhi salam. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, continuing the job of his father, managed to establish Shia identity. We are all Ja'fari. Our fiqh is established in the time of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. When it comes to Aqidah, it was established in the time of Imam Reza alayhi salam. This is why you see that we don't have any split, any separation, any division after Imam Raza. Because Imam Raza managed to make everything very clear. We don't have any group of Shia who believe in 8 Imams, or 9 Imams, or 10 Imams. We have people who believe in 4 Imams, 5 Imams, 6 Imams, 7 Imams. But after Imam Raza, there is no separation. Why? Because Imam Raza established everything very clearly. So after Imam Raza, whoever believes in Imam Raza, he's a 12er. So this is second stage. The third stage, which somehow started earlier, you can find traces of that in the time of Imam Sadiq, Imam Kazim, and Imam Raza, but very clearly started, or we can say, it was exhibited in the time of Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam, and continued in time of Imam al-Hadi, Imam al-Askari, and then the time of occultation. In this period, Islam is established, fiqh and aqidah are explained, but the main issue was leadership and guidance. Imams alayhi salam were aware that soon the access of the Shia to them would be limited. This is very important. Please listen very carefully, because this is very important for us today. We have to get lessons from this. Imam Jawad alayhi salam, Imam al-Hadi, Imam al-Askari made a network of the agents, of wukala. And this is very important, because they knew that the access of the community, which has spread to different states, will be limited because of 2 things. One is the expansion, and second is the restriction put on the imams. So they tried to train the Shia to change their mentality. Instead of everyone going to Imam and asking Imam directly, or going to Imam and giving khums or zakat or other monies to Imam, donations directly, they tried to train the Shia to refer to their appointed agents. For example, in the time of Imam al-Hadi, we had 4 major regions. And these 4 altogether formed the Shia community at that time. One region was Baghdad, Madain, Kufa. Most of Iraq, apart from Basra, that I will mention later, were in this region. And there was a head, someone appointed by Imam alayhi salam to be in charge of this region. And he by himself was appointing local representatives, local agents. Every person was supposed not to refer to Imam, was supposed to refer to these people. Even, we have people who went from Ray to Imam al-Hadi alayhi salam, and Imam al-Hadi alayhi salam told them, why you have come here? You should go to your local representative. You should go to Abdul Azim al-Hassani. Why you have come here? I will mention inshallah this later. Let me first mention these 4 regions. Baghdad, Madain, Kufa, one region. Basra and Ahwaz. So this area, southern Iraq, southern Iran, was one region. Qom and Hamadan, central Iran, another region. and Hijaz, Yemen, and Misr was the fourth region. So the community was divided into 4 regions, and every region had a person who was responsible. So, for example, for Ray, this area, central Iran, like Qom, Ray, Hamadan, this area, there was Abdul Azim al-Hassani. Imam Hadi alayhi salam himself had asked him to go and settle in Ray. There is a hadith that a person called Hamad al-Razi. Razi is the title for those who come from Ray. If someone is from Ray, they call him Razi, like Fakhruddin al-Razi, Zakaria al-Razi. So these are the people who come from Ray. Imam Hadi alayhi salam told him, إِذَا أَشْكَلَ عَلَيْكَ شَيْءٌ مِّنْ أَمْرِ دِينِكَ بِنَاحِيَتِكَ. If in your region any religious issue comes up, if you have any question, any inquiry about religion in your region, فَاسْأَلْ عَنْ عَبْدُ الْعَظِيمِ ibn Abdullah al-Hassani. Don't try to come to me. Don't try to send letter to me. Don't try to send a representative to me. Ask Abdul Azim al-Hassani. Another person from Ray went to visit Imam Hussein in Karbala and then visited Imam Hadi alayhi salam. You know, visiting Imam Hussein is very important. But to teach Shia that they should organize themselves and they should refer to their local leadership, Imam alayhi salam said, Ama, إنك لو زرت قبر عبد العظيم عندكم لكنت كمن زار الحسين. If you had visited the grave of Abdul Azim in Ray, it was like visiting Karbala. It's very important. This is a great lesson. Emotionally, everyone wants to go and see Imam. But we have to learn that we should organize ourselves and refer to the local representatives and in this way establish ourselves. Even inshallah, I will read for you letters of Imam that sometimes he says to the agent, stop people coming to me. Don't let them to come to me. I have few samples of the letters of Imam al-Hadi alayhi salam. For example, in the year 232 after Hijrah, Imam wrote a letter to Ali ibn Bilal, who was in Baghdad, and he was a local agent, not the regional agent. Imam told him, I have appointed Abu Ali instead of Ali ibn Hussein Abd Rabbih. The reason I have appointed him is that because he is very qualified. I don't know anyone in that region better than him. I wanted to inform you about this decision. You are a very important personality in that place, so I wanted to inform you. You must obey him and give whatever money you have collected to him. Inform our other followers about this decision so that they help him and assist him. In another letter to his agents in the region of Baghdad, Madain, and Kufa, Imam said, O Ayyub, the son of Nuh, according to this instruction, you must avoid disagreeing with Abu Ali. He is responsible for his region. You are responsible for your own region. You don't need to consult me. You can act according to the instructions you are given, you have authority, you don't need to consult me. O Ayyub, according to this instruction, don't accept any money from people of Baghdad and Madain. Refer them to the person who is there. Don't take money from them. And don't let anyone contact me. If someone brings money to you, like khums, from a region which is not your constituency, your territory, ask him to take it back to the person who is responsible there. Because he knows the best way of using that money and utilizing that money. And we have similar letters from Imam to other agents. So, in this way, Imams alayhimus salam trained the Shia to organize themselves and be prepared for the time that Imams could be in prison, Imams could be in house arrest like Imam Hadi and Imam al-Askari, or Imam can be in occultation like time of Imam Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. If the Shia were not prepared, if they were not organized, then all of a sudden seeing that Imam is in ghaiba and Imam is in occultation could be frightening them to death, could be making their iman either lose or even disappear. By caliphs restricting contacts of people with Imam, restricting people taking money to Imam or taking their inquiries to Imam and getting the reply, they could damage the entire community. Because everything is centralized. If everything is centralized in one person, and that person is surrounded and controlled, then the whole community would be weak, would be not able to function. So they established this network of the agents with a hierarchy, regional, local, clear instructions for them, for the people. Everyone's authority was clear, and the Shia were asked to refer to the people who represent Imam in that area. So, the lesson that we can take from this is that we have also to organize ourselves today. If in that time the community was spread from Misr to Iraq and Iran, mostly in that area, now the community is spread all over the world. Maybe you don't find any country in which we don't have the Shia community. Partly people have migrated for business. Partly people have migrated for a study. Partly people have migrated as refugees. But whatever is the reason, now the community is spread all over the world. It is like what we find in Du'a Ahd. جميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. We have now the Shia in the east and in the west. When Imam Sadiq alayhi salam taught Du'a Ahd, because Du'a Ahd was taught by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, how many people lived in the east who were Shia? China was known. Did we have any Shia in the east? No. The west of that time was West Europe and part of Africa. Did we have Shia? No. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam was looking at the community today. مشارق الأرض و مغاربها. We have now Shia in the east and the west. سهلها و جبلها. You go to the mountains, you go to the plain land, برها و بحرها. Everywhere the community is spread. How can now this community, which is spread to all over the world, maintain their authentic aqidah, can progress, can face the challenges that are not little, are not few? It's only by organizing themselves, by uniting themselves and having a very established network with a hierarchical order, that the community can survive and can continue the right path. Otherwise, divisions happen, deviations happen, separation happens, and we would be victims and praise for the enemies. So I hope that inshallah, by studying more the teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, especially when it comes to the unity and brotherhood that they expect from the Shia, and also the practical examples that they have given us in their short life, you would better understand what is our responsibility today. It's not just a matter of praying and fasting and being happy that you do your own practical a'mal. You should have the mentality of a community. Inshallah, we will talk more about this issue in future, but just I want to give few examples so that we understand how much Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam wanted us to have this mentality of we and not me. If you look at our du'as, our ziyarat, you see that they always want us to think of we, us, ours. For example, in Ziyarat Aminullah, just as an example, when we want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most important thing that we should ask, what do we say? Say, Anta ilahi wa sayyidi wa mawlai. Oh Allah, you are my Lord, you are my master. Please keep us safe, protect us from our enemies. Please forgive the sins of our brothers and sisters. اغفر لأوليائنا كف عنا أعداءنا واشغلهم عن أذانا وأظهر كلمة الحق واجعلها العليا وأدهذ كلمة الباطل واجعلها السفلى. You don't see anything about me. You don't see anything about me asking for a car or a house or a property. You see that a person as a spokesman for the community asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiveness for all our brothers and sisters. اغفر لأوليائنا كف عنا أعداءنا. Protect us from our enemies and make them so much busy with themselves and their affairs that they cannot hurt us. واشغلهم عن أذانا وأظهر كلمة الحق واجعلها العليا. Establish the word of truth and make it the highest, in the best position. وأدهذ كلمة الباطل. And bring the word of falsehood to the lowest level. وَجَعَلْهَا السُّفْلَى. This is the mentality. In Dua Iftitah, when at the end again you want to achieve, you have prayed, you have praised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now you want to make few du'as at the end. What do you say? Allahumma inna narghabu ilayka fi dawlatan karima. I am not asking for car or money or for ziyarah or hajj for myself. No, I am asking something very important. I'm asking something for worldwide community. Inna. When today we say Inna, it means perhaps 150 million, 200 million. Inna narghabu ilayka fi dawlatan karima. تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله. We want that honorable rule in which those who are believers will be dignified, will be receiving honor and dignity and treated with honor and dignity. وَتُذِلُّ بِهَا النِّفَاقَ وَأَهْلَهُ. And those who are hypocrites, those who are dishonest, they will lose their honor. And it's very beautiful. The contrast is not between Islam and Kufr. It's between Islam and Nifaq. تُعِزُّ بِهَا الْإِسْلَامَ وَأَحْلَاهُ وَتُذِلُّ بِهَا النِّفَاقَ وَأَحْلَاهُ. Because we don't have problem that much with Kufr. We have problem with Nifaq. Kufr is obvious. It is Nifaq which uses good names but does all the mischief. In the name of freedom, in the name of rights, in the name of humanity, in the name of equality, in the name of following the sunnah of the Prophet, they do all the mischief in different ways. So what is important is that these people will lose their cover. And therefore they will lose their honor. For munafiq, you don't need to do anything except to remove the cover. If the cover is going, people would see the ugly face. تُزِلُّ بِهَا النِّفَاقَ وَأَحْلَهُ. Okay, when that government is established, what we would do? Then we would be given high positions and high salaries. This is what we want? No. وَتَجْعَلُنَا فِيهَا مِنَ الدُّعَاةِ إِلَىٰ طَاعَتِكَ وَالْقَادَةِ إِلَىٰ سَبِيلِكَ. Then we want to call people towards you. We want to invite other people towards you. We want to be leaders towards your path. We want to invite everyone to believe in God who is Rahman, who is Rahim, who is merciful, who is compassionate. This is what we want to do. Allahumma inna nashku ilayka faqda nabiyyina, ghaybata waliyyina, kathrata aduwwina, ghillata adadina, and so on and so forth. Everything is about us. Everything is about community. So I hope that inshallah, very soon, we should not delay this, because delaying this would delay the coming of Imam Zaman. We should very soon wake up, join our efforts together, work together, unite and organize ourselves and establish that unified community that would be able to help Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif and be a good example of a community of faith for whom justice, for whom virtues, for whom family values are very important. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honor us by seeing, and more importantly by being active instrument of having such community, inshallah. May Allah pave the way for coming of Imam Mahdi Ajjalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, and please our Imam with our deeds, with our words, with our intention, with our planning, with our working. May Allah give shifa to all the people who are ill. May Allah send His unlimited rahmah to all who have passed away. Those who have rights upon us, our parents, our ulama, our teachers, our martyrs. And may Allah make the last moment of our life the best moment of our life. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alameen.